Known for his unwavering commitment, Ryan faces an unexpected challenge when he encounters Helen Pritchard, the formidable head of the Homeowners Association. She was known for her cold smile and clipboard, prowling the neighborhood like a hawk with a tape measure and a rule book. Ryan Caldwell, a dedicated police captain in the quaint town of Crestwood Pines, has always prioritized the safety and well-being of his community. To most residents, Ryan was more than a lawman. He was the neighbor who helped shovel driveways in winter and led safety talks at the elementary school. Helen, with her strict regulations and unyielding demeanor, often clashes with Ryan over community policies and enforcement. "Captain Caldwell," she once said flatly, "you may wear a badge, but here, I set the tone." Their conflict escalates as differing visions for Crestwood Pines emerge, with Ryan advocating for a more inclusive approach, while Helen insists on maintaining her rigid standards. He believed in community spirit, she believed in compliance, and the two were on a collision course. This tension not only tests Ryan's leadership, but also highlights the broader struggles within the community, where differing opinions on progress and tradition collide. Some residents whispered about the Pritchard problem, while others warned newcomers to keep your grass trimmed or else. As the narrative unfolds, it sets the stage for a compelling exploration of how Ryan navigates these challenges, seeking resolution while fostering a sense of unity among residents. The battle wasn't just personal, it was symbolic. Crestwood Pines was at a crossroads. Ryan and Emily Caldwell are brimming with excitement as they settle into their new home in the picturesque Crestwood Pines. Their young son, Jamie, chased the dog through the grassy backyard, squealing with delight. Emily stood at the kitchen island, sketching out ideas for a 4th of July cookout. Surrounded by lush greenery and charming streets, the couple envisions a life filled with laughter and warmth in their dream house, complete with a spacious backyard perfect for family gatherings. They eagerly plan barbecues and holiday celebrations, dreaming of inviting neighbors over to foster connections within their new community. Emily bought strings of lights for the fence. Ryan dusted off his old grill. "It's going to be perfect," he told her, kissing her temple. The idyllic setting, with its friendly atmosphere and vibrant local events, seems like the perfect backdrop for their aspirations of building a life together. However, beneath their joyful anticipation lies an undercurrent of tension, as they are unaware of the brewing conflict with Helen Pritchard and the Homeowners Association. The first warning sign came as a pink slip taped to their mailbox. "Garbage cans visible from the street. Please remedy." It was signed, of course, by Helen. While Ryan and Emily aim to integrate into the community and create lasting memories, the contrast between their peaceful intentions and the challenges ahead foreshadows a tumultuous journey that will test their resolve and commitment to their new home. The confrontation between Ryan Caldwell and Helen Pritchard marked a pivotal moment in Crestwood Pines. As the head of the Homeowners Association, Helen wielded her authority with an iron fist, enforcing strict regulations that often stifled the community spirit. "You'll find I don't tolerate disorder," she once told Ryan after spotting sidewalk chalk drawings on his driveway. During Ryan's housewarming party, a joyful gathering meant to foster neighborly bonds, tensions escalated dramatically. Helen, disapproving of the noise and the lively atmosphere, decided to take action. In a surprising move, she called 911, claiming that the festivities were disturbing the peace. "They're shouting. There's music. It's after 8 p.m., she told dispatch, arms crossed in her sun hat. This incident sent shockwaves through the neighborhood as residents began to question Helen's motives and her authoritarian grip on the community. The implications of her call were profound, creating a rift between those who supported Ryan's welcoming approach and those who aligned with Helen's rigid standards. People talked. One neighbor muttered, "This is not what I signed up for when I bought here." Another whispered, "Finally, someone standing up to her." The fallout from this confrontation not only strained relationships, but also ignited a broader discussion about community values, setting the stage for a deeper conflict that would challenge the very fabric of Crestwood Pines. As the police sirens wailed in the distance, a wave of confusion swept over Ryan Caldwell's housewarming party. Guests exchanged anxious glances, their laughter abruptly silenced as they processed the unexpected arrival of law enforcement. Kids ran to their parents. Someone muted the speaker playing country tunes. Ryan, caught off guard, felt a knot tighten in his stomach. He rushed to the front door, determined to defuse the escalating situation. As he stepped outside, he was met with the stern faces of officers, their presence amplifying the tension in the air. "Everything's fine here," Ryan assured them, trying to maintain a calm demeanor while his heart raced. "It's my place. I'm off duty tonight. We're just grilling and hanging out. Nothing illegal," he added, gesturing toward the backyard. Meanwhile, Helen Pritchard stood nearby, her expression a mix of satisfaction and disdain, reveling in the chaos she had orchestrated. The animosity between them grew palpable as Ryan's frustration boiled over at Helen's actions, which he perceived as a personal attack on his character and intentions. He locked eyes with her and said quietly, "You crossed a line tonight, Helen." The scene was chaotic, a stark contrast to the warm gathering it had been just moments before, marking a turning point in their relationship in the community's dynamics. In the aftermath of the chaotic scene sparked by Helen Pritchard's 911 call, Ryan Caldwell felt a surge of determination to address the misconduct that had disrupted his housewarming party. Recognizing the need to stand up against what he perceived as bullying, Ryan decided to take action. "I'm not just doing this for us," he told Emily. "I'm doing this for every neighbor who's been afraid to hang a wind chime." He reached out to his colleagues at the police department, who rallied around him, offering their unwavering support and encouragement. Many neighbors witnessing the unjust treatment Ryan faced also stepped forward, expressing their solidarity and willingness to confront Helen's authoritarian tactics. Mrs. Dwyer next door said, "She once fined me $50 for leaving a gnome in my yard. I never dared fight it." Now emboldened, she stood with Ryan. This collective response underscored the importance of community unity in the face of intimidation. Ryan organized a neighborhood meeting, inviting residents to discuss their concerns and advocate for a more inclusive environment. His leadership inspired others to voice their experiences, fostering a sense of empowerment among residents. Together, they began to challenge the status quo, emphasizing that standing up against bullying was essential for nurturing a supportive and harmonious community in Crestwood Pines. With mounting community support, Ryan Caldwell initiated a bold campaign to recall Helen Pritchard from her position as HOA president. Flyers went up. A petition circulated. Ryan, clipboard in hand, knocked on doors in uniform and out, saying, "It's time for a change." The move was met with mixed reactions, stirring intense debates among residents who were either staunch supporters of Helen's strict policies or advocates for Ryan's inclusive approach. Determined to bring about change, Ryan organized town hall meetings, where passionate voices filled the room, reflecting the deep divisions within the neighborhood. "We're not just fighting fines, we're fighting fear," one resident declared to applause. Another shouted, "Helen's the only reason this place doesn't look like a trailer park." The campaign quickly gained momentum, becoming a symbol of resistance against authoritarianism in local governance. As tensions peaked, both sides engaged in heated discussions, with some fearing instability, while others saw a chance for a fresh start. Despite the challenges, Ryan remained steadfast, believing that transparency and fairness should guide the community's leadership. He ended one meeting with a quiet but firm statement: "We're not trying to burn it down, we're trying to build it better." The recall effort not only spotlighted the issues within Crestwood Pines, but also galvanized residents to re-examine their values and the kind of neighborhood they aspired to create. The recall vote day arrived with palpable tension in the air as Crestwood Pines residents lined up at the community center, their ballots clutched tightly in hand. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation, conversations hushed but purposeful. Even the air felt heavy, like the town was holding its breath. Ryan Caldwell, though nervous, stood outside greeting neighbors, embodying calm determination. When the final tally was announced, a collective gasp echoed through the room. The community had voted to remove Helen Pritchard as HOA president. Cheers erupted from Ryan's supporters, some embracing with tears in their eyes while others stood stunned by the outcome. Mrs. Dwyer wept openly, saying, "I never thought I'd see the day." The decision marked a monumental shift in the neighborhood's dynamics, signaling a new chapter rooted in empathy and collaboration. For Ryan, the victory was not just personal. It represented a triumph for the values he had championed throughout his career. He hugged Emily and whispered, "We did it. We really did it." The town center buzzed with the energy of newfound hope, a stark contrast to the rigid silence that had once governed its meetings. In the days following the vote, Crestwood Pines underwent a remarkable transformation. Yard signs, once warning of fines, were replaced with hand-painted welcomes. Music played during weekend barbecues, and laughter was no longer a crime. Residents, once divided by fear and control, began to reconnect, inspired by the courage and resilience demonstrated during the recall effort. New leadership emerged, guided by principles of transparency, kindness, and mutual respect, fostering a sense of belonging that had long been absent. Ryan continued to serve his community with renewed purpose, his efforts now bolstered by a united neighborhood. He often found himself smiling as he walked the streets, not because order had been restored, but because joy had returned. The once quiet streets now buzzed with renewed energy and cooperation, illustrating the profound impact that collective action and compassionate leadership can have on a community. Crestwood Pines had changed, not just in who led it, but in who felt heard. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful tales of resilience and justice. Thank you for watching Work Story, and see you in the next one.